Hey everyone, Matt from MKRC. I recently picked up a new radio, a Flysky FS-GT5, and some spare receivers to install in some of my other trucks. Today, I'll be installing it in my SCX-10, so stick around. So this is my SCX-10. It started its life as a Jeep XJ. Today, we're just going to take off our top of our receiver box, install a new receiver, and get it paired. First, I'll undo these top two so we can free the wires. Then we'll take off the other two that will remove the rest of the cap. And of course, we can't forget the Pittsburgh magnetic trays. We have two wires hooked up. We have a steering servo and the receiver wire. So we can just unplug those for the moment. I can then pull the old receiver out. It's just double-sided tape. I'm going to pull out this double-sided tape. This is just a stock Tactic receiver, 3-channel. Comes with an SCX-10. I'm going to be upgrading to an FS-BS6 from Flysky. This will allow me to pair it to the same radio I'm pairing to my other trucks, so that I don't have to carry so many radios around. While I'm in here, I think we're going to pull this receiver box off and redo the adhesive on the bottom, clean everything up. It seems a little loose. Pop that off. Come in with a little bit of brake clean. Hey, and a nice rag. Get this cleaned up. You can just set some Gorilla double-sided tape onto our box. Grab your favorite cutting utensil. There we go. I've peeled off the adhesive protection and I'm going to stick my receiver box back onto the truck. I'm not going to stick this down just yet. I want to pair it and make sure we can get the truck working before we make it permanent. We're going to follow our handy quick start guide. There's a section right here that says bind with receiver. So included in the packaging is this little cable. We'll put this onto the bind channel like so. Connect the power to channel 1 so that power will be my my receiver. So we're going to press and hold the bind key. We'll turn on our radio. We're in bind. We're going to turn on our receiver. And then watch for the trim as your truck rolls off the workbench. See if we can adjust that. Now that we have the receiver bound, I've strapped the battery in. I'm going to stick down the new receiver. Let's turn this thing on. All right. We've got steering. Well, steering kicked in. I'm ready to put it back together. I'm just going to start by unplugging these one at a time and putting them through. In this case, the white wire was towards the rear of the truck. So we'll put that through. I want to make sure that I get the majority of these wires inside of the receiver box and protect them. We've got our wire through. The white is going to face the rear of the truck like so. We'll make sure that we get all these wires inside the box. Next one is steering. We'll put that through like so. Get that plugged back in. I'll install the wire manager. So I've got the truck set up. It does steer, it does go forward and backwards, but there's still a little bit more tuning to be done. And a lot of that you need to be reliant on the owner's manual for this radio. I'm going to spend some time getting endpoints adjusted, making sure I've got throttle trim correct. In case any of you were wondering, while I was pairing this, I set my truck up on this military style can. If you're curious what's inside of it, it's full of batteries. I'll start branding it up with some stickers here in the future. When I steer the truck right now, it's oversteering. If you focus on the servo right here, it goes to full lock and then keeps going. And it's even more noticeable when you go in the other direction. So full lock, and then it twists the whole truck. So those are things I'd like to adjust out. On the radio, there's a setting called EPA, which is endpoint adjustment. If I select that, we have steer, ST, LFU. If I steer this to the right, that'll switch to the right. If I steer it to the left, it'll switch to the left endpoint, and then I can adjust the percentage. I've adjusted the steering trim on left front up to 65. I'm now going to switch to RBD, which is right back down. So we'll click, we'll turn it right. Now we're on RBD, and I can begin turning and adjusting it to the right until it stops oversteering like that. I want the truck to be able to go full lock, but not oversteer and hurt the servo. So it looks like somewhere between 30 and 40% is good. The servo's not overworking and hurting itself. So I've set the RBD to 35%. Now I can do some fun customization, like adjusting the model name of the car. So this is my 10th scale crawler. So maybe I can call this something like SCX10. Over here on the wall are the SCX24s in my household. The blue one on the top is mine and the gray one is a friend's. And so I also have to program this radio to run that little truck up on the top. Double wumble. Yum. That concludes the install of Flysky FS-GT5 on my SCX10. It did take a good bit of reading and tuning. The manual is about 20 to 25 pages long, and I went through it a couple times to try and understand all the different functions this receiver has. But overall, I'm really happy with how it performs, and once I got all the bugs worked out, it's great. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share, and thanks for watching.